Alright, y'all, I am back. So I just want to change my location so I can speak a little bit louder because I got to get these thoughts out. Like, it's just sad and it's ridiculous. It really is. Can you guys see me? I don't know if it's too dark, but for us to live in a society like where people get attacked just because they fall in love or they have an interest in something that's outside of their culture, outside of their race. And I'm like, are you freaking serious? You know, essentially, something is wrong with me because I have an interest in dating outside my race. Something is wrong with me, right? How can that be? I'm like, I guess we're still living in the 60s, you know? We talk about racism in our country, and I was talking to a friend, I'm going to get into that in a minute. I was talking to a friend, and he's like, he don't think it's racism as it is an obsession with race. You know, it's not so much that, oh, we live in a racist society, but people are literally so obsessed with race. It is like insane. It's crazy. It's really sad. It's really sad. And this video, I want to talk a little bit about the comments that were left on a video that I made on white man versus black man. What's the difference? People were just bent all out of shape. They were just all in their feelings. Like, all in their feelings. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, so this is what I guess I have to look forward to. And I granted now, I hadn't even said anything about I was dating a white guy. But people just automatically just jumped to it and was like attacking me. Like, oh, you know, you're going to let a white man do that to you? You're going to let a white man stick his nasty, white, pasty-ass dick in you? I just had to delete those comments. People talking about, oh, you hate black men. I deleted that one too. I'm like, are you serious? So now you are projecting your hate that you have for your own race, because that's what you've been taught, to hate yourself, and you projecting that shit onto me. People literally project their own hate onto other people. Because I'm like, me as a person, I don't have hate for nobody. I understand it. People are going through things in life. People process history differently. And not just history, but what's happening currently in our country. Everyone processes it differently, right? So a lot of people, yes, that post-traumatic slavery disorder is so real. A lot of people are going through that. I have to make this video and talk to you guys. I'm about to go to the park because I'm like, this is sad that we cannot just live and be free without being attacked. And everybody, I think, wants to keep it that way, keep the races separate. You know, it's like white people over here, black people over there. This whole obsession with race. So to the point, black people, not just black people, but we're talking about black people, because a lot of those comments were about black people that were on my post, and I'm like, really? To me, I feel like y'all have more hate in your heart towards me than white people. This is just sad. This is what we've come to, a society where people just hate people. You know, white people, there are white people that don't like black people, hate black people. Black people don't like each other. You get what I'm saying? That's, if anything, black people just don't like each other. And then just people assume just because I said that I have an interest in dating outside my race that I hate black men. I'm like, are you freaking serious? I love black men. You get what I'm saying? I make a video about the difference between black men and white men on average, and y'all just come attack me. I'm like, I can't believe this was happening, but I get it. It's a syndrome. It's a syndrome. A lot of theorists, a lot of philosophers have addressed it, you know, in their work, how black people have this post-traumatic slavery disorder. I was in D.C. in October 2017, y'all, and when I say it's just sad. It's just sad. I went to the National African American Museum. And at the museum is nice, beautiful museum. I love the purpose of it, you know, to raise awareness and, you know, on our history and our current culture, right? That's the whole purpose of the museum. And downstairs, Y'all, I already talked about this in my video. I made a video on this, but I have to address it again because this is related to this whole post-traumatic slavery disorder shit. You get what I'm saying? So in the museum downstairs, that's where they have the cafe. And great food in the cafe, by the way. But, you know, I went to they have it, the section is divided up into 4 different sections, 4 different types of cuisine. Based on geography, right? So you have the South, the Mediterranean, the North. And so I went in the section I went to was the South to get me some food, right? Thanks for listening to me. And so I went to get some Southern food. And, you know, of course, I got to get my chicken, right? And I asked him, I say, I want, you know, a breast and a wing. And do you not know these clowns? And I guarantee you now, the people that they have working there are all black. They have an all black staff, which I think, you know, it's cool. It's beautiful, right? And they are chef. They're in chef attire. No, they have the gate closed. What the freak? How do they have the freaking gate closed, y'all? All right, I'm just going to finish this here. And so, let me see, can I sit down here? And I'm asking him, I say, can I get a breast and a wing? Do you know these people gonna tell me we don't serve white meat? That's what I'm talking about. We are so damaged psychologically. I'm like, you mean I can't even get a breast and a wing because it's considered to be white? Y'all, I laugh. I just laugh, y'all. I'm like, this is foolishness. And the lady was just dead set on with it, right? She was like, yeah, because this is an African-American museum. You know, what sense does it make to serve white meat at an African-American museum? I'm like, are we that damn damaged psychologically? We can't even eat white meat? Can't even eat breast and a wing? That don't make no freaking sense. Can't even fall in love with somebody based on their skin color? You know, you can't even go to their institutions. Black people are so warped. You can't even go to their institutions. You get what I'm saying? Because you're feeling some kind of way. You don't want to listen to what the teacher got to say because they're white. You don't want to work for a white man because they're white. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I don't know, to a certain extent, to a certain degree, it becomes damaging. It becomes dysfunctional. I am not a dysfunctional person. I cannot live in dysfunctionality. I just can't. You get what I'm saying? It's not right. My spirit won't allow me to do that. So when I go and make a video about my perspectives on the topic, and then I get this backlash, I'm like, well, damn. I wasn't even necessarily thinking about pursuing a relationship outside my race. But now that y'all are challenging me, you know, I'm like, it kind of motivated me a little bit. I'm like, you know what? Well, maybe I should. Well, maybe I should. And it's funny because, yes, I am. I'm talking to someone now who is not black. He is not black. He is German-Italian, ex-military, turned police officer. And I'm like, if I'm attracted to him, we are attracted to each other, big freaking deal. You get what I'm saying? He's attracted to me. I'm attracted to him. Has a good, solid career. You get what I'm saying? Income, the important things in life. You know, he's doing well for himself. I'm like, what's the harm in that? So, granted, the video that I'm talking to you guys about, these comments are left on my video. The video was made a month ago. You guys can go see it on YouTube. It's called White Man versus Black Man, What's the Big Difference? On my YouTube channel, Author D. Leach. And this is a month ago. And at the time, I wasn't even dating nobody. I'm single. I was single. You get what I'm saying? I still consider myself single, but like I said, I'm seeing someone. We're talking. And I wasn't at the time, though. And I'm like, I'm getting attacked. So now that the cat is out the bag, and you guys know that I'm at least seeing somebody who is not the same race as I am, it's like, okay, now I'm really going to get attacked. I'm prepared. I'm looking forward to it. Good for you. It's time for us to step outside the box in pursuit of happiness. I hope that works for you. It's dating, you guys. Nobody said anything about marriage. Oh, like people just jump to conclusions. They're like, oh, you're gonna fall in love with a white man, you're gonna have sex with him. They already imagining him sticking his quote unquote, as a person said on my post, pale white penis. And I'm like, who is thinking that far ahead? Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this to me is so sad. I can't date outside my race. Like, when I was reading those comments, like I said, they're still coming in, it kind of hurt my heart. I'm like, I'm not even dating. I haven't even made the confession that I'm dating a white man. You get what I'm saying? And so now the cat is out the bag that I'm dating somebody outside my race. I'm sitting back and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the hate comments. I know they're coming. I do my videos live on Facebook first, and then I upload them to YouTube. And then people on YouTube, they just bash me. My auntie say it look raw, like raw chicken. Now I would say this, I think they private look like raw chicken. Oh my gosh. So I told the guy I'm talking to, he's German, Italian, ex-military, police. He's a police officer now. I can't tell y'all which department. Y'all's too much information. But, he's a nice guy. And we click. We bind. Like, we click just like that. You get what I'm saying? Forget about race. And I like the fact that he's from a different culture because it opens my eyes up to his world, to see things from a different perspective than my own perspective. I feel like it's a relief. You get what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm in bondage and I have to, I gotta just date this kind of person and stick to that. Like, I feel relieved that I can do that. You get what I'm saying? But yes, I read some of the comments that I get because I get notifications, I have my notifications turned on for YouTube and Facebook. So definitely when you guys comment on my posts, I automatically get it the moment you make the comment. And yes, I do read it, but now I think I'm getting more conditioned to filtering comments. And I digest the ones that actually are inspiring, are motivating, are supportive. And for the ones that aren't like the ones I talk to you guys about here, yes, I read it, but it's a certain place. I put it in a certain place. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm not going to fall victim to that, where we allow history, we allow the current situation of racial oppression, police brutality, and discrimination to damage us so much psychologically that we're no good. We can't even function. You get what I'm saying? We can't even survive. We can't even have a healthy life. There's ways that you can take that energy and use it towards something good. You know what I'm doing? You know what my contribution to this whole racial inequality situation? I've created a literary organization called UBAWA back in 2009. I launched it in 2010. It stands for Urban Books, Authors, and Writers of America. And the mission is to promote self-published, independently published authors. But our target market is African-American authors, predominantly African-American. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes they ain't even satisfied. You get what I'm saying? We just released the UBAWA Top 100 list, and granted now, you guys, I'm all tongue-tied, but granted, the list can only hold 100 authors, and you got people upset, outraged because they're not on the list. It's like you cannot please black people. I don't really live to please anybody. I live to please myself, and that's it. My work and my passion is dedicated to giving back to the black community. Yes, I'm always going to be dedicated. I'm black. I know what it's like. I've been black all my life, 34 years. Grew up in a black neighborhood, went to a black elementary school, middle school, high school. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm very much connected to my roots and my community. But don't think for a chance just because you see me with a white person. Because essentially, that's what it is. It's about race. It's about skin color. If you're not black, you're white, essentially. People just disregard ethnicity, disregard, different cultural backgrounds. They don't care about that. Or nationality. They're just like, you're white or you're black. If you're not on side A, then you're on side B. You get what I'm saying? It's all it is. This war going on, and people want you to fight and be a part of the war in their perspective, essentially. And I'm like, I can't, I have my way of fighting this war because we're all a part of it. Everybody has their own way. And who I choose to fall in love with, who I choose to see, who I choose to date, at the end of the day, is really my business. And I told him, like I told my partner, I told my friend, I was like, this is ridiculous, you know, and he's like, fuck them. He was like, fuck them, you know, like, who cares what they think? You get what I'm saying? People gonna talk. Who cares what the hell people have to say? You know, and then he started to, I guess, feel the need that he had to defend himself. It's like, oh, da 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 da, you know. You know, even denying the fact that he's white, you know? And it is what it is. I'm like, that's just the world we've come to, you know? Even to the point of denying that he has a pale white penis is like, dude, you know? Like, it's just sad, I feel like. You know, you have to defend yourself against people who are ignorant. And I feel like I don't have to defend myself against people who are ignorant. I got on this video and to talk to you guys in this live video just to clarify some things. I like getting on the video. I like doing this. I like creating videos. I like talking to you guys. And I feel like you guys, some of you guys just can't leave the topic alone. Like, you guys are really fascinated by this whole race thing. And I get it. I understand it. You know, I understand it from both perspectives. I get it. You guys probably, some of you guys probably fear that y'all might lose me to the other side. Like, a lot of black people feel that way. Even this whole issue with Tariq Nasheed and Dr. Umar Johnson, you know, like, just because people have different points of view, they are two conscious leaders who have different points of view. Dr. Umar Johnson, he's all pro-black, he's a black national, he's all about everything black. No interracial dating whatsoever, no intermingling, and none of that. That's Dr. Umar Johnson's position. Tariq Nasheed, on the other hand, he's more of an integrationist, all right? I don't know the race of his wife, but he's more liberal when it comes to that, and now they're clashing heads. You get what I'm saying? And it's just like, I feel like we should not allow foolishness to disrupt the goal and the mission. Yes, we have different perspectives on different topics. That's okay. It doesn't mean that we are enemies now. It doesn't mean that, oh, I'm on the white people's side. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are, I feel like, so ignorant. You have people that do business together. Black people spend their money at white-owned corporations all year long. But the moment a black person, especially men, because I think a lot of those comments on my posts came from black men. They feel in some kind of way. And I'm like, It interests me that all of a sudden a black man want to be territorial about so-called, oh, his black women. When who's the best at this? Who does it better than anybody else? Who steps outside their race more than anybody else? Black men. We see that shit so many times. A lot of black men do it for different reasons. Sleep around with women, white women, to boost their own ego, to make themselves feel accepted, because they are under attack, because they are being threatened. Their lives are being threatened day to day. You get what I'm saying? Because they are becoming an endangered species. So they feel like, okay, it's safer for them to link up with a white woman, to have a white woman on their shoulder. Black men are notorious for it. And then when a black woman does it, it's like, oh, it's the end of the world. Let's go attack this black woman because, first of all, she's just talking about race, her perspective on interracial dating. This is when, like I say, a month ago, I was just talking about my perspective on the topic. And now that I've just disclosed to you guys that, yes, I am dating outside my race, people ready to, what y'all gonna do now? What y'all gonna do now? Y'all gonna attack me? Y'all gonna jump me? I just find it quite interesting, you know? I feel like, I'm about to go ahead and say this and I gotta end this video. But I feel like there's so much more to life than focusing on things outside of your control. Yes, we live in a system that's already been set up. This system has already been here like this for many, many years. Not to say we can't change it, but much of it, the way things are, is not, you're not going to see change in our lifetime. It's going to happen over a period of time. So I think it's more effective for people, instead of trying to attack certain individuals or trying to be hateful towards people, it's ways that we can change this thing around. You get what I'm saying? Like, take, for example, Dr. Umar Johnson. He has a mission, a goal to offset the damage that has been done over the generations in the black community, with specifically black boys. That's his target focus, black boys, at-risk black boys, right? He knows that the system has contributed to a lot of issues that we see in the black community, and it has an impact on black boys because they're being raised by single mothers, they're raised in poverty, you know, of course, a whole other issues, a whole slew of issues comes with that, right? Anger, you know, just a lot of bad shit. And so he has his idea for a school. He wants to create a school, which it really is going to be predicated on a whole new system. He has pretty much created this whole new system. And I think that's beautiful. Does that mean you have to go and start attacking white people? No. You can just focus on building up your black community. I feel like the issues come when we start just attacking something that is different than what we are. It's like, that's how, like, if we not in war, if it wasn't no racial war, it's gonna be one. You get what I'm saying? We already know we're in a racial war, but it's gonna vamp up. The shit is gonna vamp up. People don't understand. Like, it's going to get worse than what it is, because people are not responding to the situation smart. If you see that you're at war, right? You got armies that go to war. You have to move very smart and strategically. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the way that a lot of people move is just not smart. Everybody want to be at war, want to fight, but the way they move, you're not moving smart, man. Attacking random people on the street just because they have a certain skin color, that's not smart. What is that going to do? That's not going to do anything. Innocent people have nothing to do with you. Of course, there's this debate. I gotta slow down. But there's this debate that a lot of white people, basically people assume, or black people, conscious people assume that all white people are racist. And they say if you're white, you fall under the racist category. It don't matter that you say you don't hate black people, you still participate in the system of white supremacy, so that makes you a racist. And I'm just like, it can be some truth to that, but at the same time, I can't walk around, and I'm not going to walk around with the idea that all white people are out to get me, all white people are my enemy, so I should turn my head away from, you know, being friends or doing business or dating outside my race. I'm just like, y'all can live like that, but I'm not going to live like that. I can't. I'm glad that those people who shared their comments, I'm very grateful for it, because it challenges me, right? It challenges me to really look inside myself and to look outward at the world and our society. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm learning a lot. I'm learning that, yes, we still live in those times. We talk about how interracial marriage was legalized. When was that, the 70s or the 60s? It was legalized then, yet still how much has changed. People are still getting stoned for stepping outside of their race, because we live in a racist society, right? It's supposed to be about this race war, blacks versus white. You're supposed to stay separate. Because we live in this situation, people want to include everybody. They force everybody to be a part of that. They just suck everybody in. So everybody got to participate in this race war. You know, if white people hate black people, every white person has to hate black people, and vice versa. If black people are trying to separate themselves from white people, and, you know, people have an agenda to create this new system of so-called black supremacy, right? Like, it's reversing white supremacy. And it's just like they want you to join their so-called team. And if you are dating interracially, then, oh, you crossed over. That's a whole nother thing. It's like this whole thing about crossing over. You crossed over. You know, it's like y'all are really hyping this shit up. We all have crossed over. If we don't live in an integrated society, tell me what the fuck is integrated. You get what I'm saying? This is an integrated society. Black people have crossed over. You may not be sleeping with a white person, but you still are affected by white people. You still spend your dollars with white corporations and white companies, white-owned companies. So how can you say, oh, we should be separate? You don't want to be integrated. We are all integrated. You get what I'm saying? This is not to say, okay, you got to go. No, everybody has their own thing. Like, You don't have to go and lay with a white person. You don't have to go and be friends with a white person, you know? But if a person chooses to, it's not a threat. It's not a threat. The black movement is still going to rise. It's still going to keep going. Like, nothing has changed. You get what I'm saying? That's not going to change anything. People are just living in fear. It's this like heightened sense of arousal where people are just hyper vigilant. You get what I'm saying? Everybody is on edge, and I'm like, y'all, I'm at peace. Just prime example, at my part 1 of this video, I was saying how I went and got my nails done today, right? I just got done getting my nails done. And granted, I live right here in smack in the middle of Hollywood. You get what I'm saying? Now, I get it. I get the whole idea about buy black, right? And I would have preferred to go to a black-owned nail shop. But the reality is there aren't any black-owned nail shops in Hollywood. If they are, point me in the direction to one, okay? So yes, I went and took my money to the Chinese people. Black people do it all the time. What is the big difference? That's the whole thing. The video that I made, that's the thing. What's the big difference? Between me dating interracially, you guys spend your money with white people. You know, you help build them up economically, financially. If anything, when we talk about oppression, what is the biggest thing? The biggest factor is economics. It ain't about fucking skin tone and race and who you fall in love with. It's about power. You get what I'm saying? It's about money and power. That's the reason why black people are fucked up. And so that's why when we talk about, you have people that are in the movement to buy black, to keep the dollars in the black community. I feel like that's more powerful than trying to get every black person to, oh, don't date interracially. That's just foolishness. You get what I'm saying? It's just outright foolishness. And it goes down to, at the end of the day, we all have our own personal choice. We have the right to choose who we want to be with. Who I fall in love with is just up to me. So far, so good. Like, you know, I feel like our differences is what makes it more interesting. The fact that I'm black, he's white, it makes it 10 times more interesting. It makes just the experience of being with someone 10 times more interesting. You know, because yes, it is a challenge. And seeing that look like I'm gonna have to deal with y'all little comments on my post, that's fine. I'm like, you know what? I love a challenge. So bring it on. Say what you gotta say. I already know when I finish this video and I upload it to YouTube, people are gonna say what they have to say. You know, people feel some kind of way. Black people just hate. I feel like the ones that are attacking are the ones who just hate themselves. Like, they have self-hate. When you have self-hate, you hate other black people. The smallest things irritate you. A person can get on there and make a video about their perspectives on something, and people just get bent out of shape. Why? Because something is wrong psychologically. Something is wrong psychologically. Somebody goes out and do something that does not impact you. It's not going to weaken the black community. It does not. Black is still genetically considered to be a dominant race. So it's not going to weaken anything. You guys are so afraid. People live in so much fear that you can't even live. You can't even be happy. You know, I'm not going to stop my happiness because y'all feel some kind of way. That's just sad and it's unfortunate. So I had to get on here and say that. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for watching. I'm about to go home and enjoy the rest of my day. But that's all I have to say on this topic. I'll probably come back and do a part 3. I'm sure there will be a part 3. But that's just my spiel. I know I'm probably missing something. Every time I end my video, I'm like, damn, I meant to say that. I always forget. But I mean, I welcome all kind of comments. You know, I know it's gonna be some hate comments, positive comments. You know, speak your mind, because I'm gonna still live my life regardless. So you can't stop that. It's not illegal to date outside your race. Thank God. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that. If it was, you know, oh my gosh, that would narrow my options. That would narrow a lot of things, you know. But thank God we don't live in that such of a narrow world where We only can date our own within our own group. Thank heavens, wow. Thank heavens. I love you guys for watching and supporting my channel and my page. Hope you guys have a blessed day and a blessed week. And stop being so hateful. I tell people all the time, you know, my religion is love. That's my motto. My religion. I can't go around hating people. Woo! I can't go around hating people. Look at these birds, y'all. So cute. I love nature. Why is that one that color? Is he albino? But yeah, I'm all about love. I can't be, you know, I can't walk around holding grudges against people and living in hate, and that ain't me, man. So I hope y'all can free ourselves from that self-hate, destruction. That's why so many black people wonder why so much black on black crime. We talk about it all the time. You know, I'm about to end this video because I got so much to say on this topic, but eventually I'm going to have to end it. You know, but it's like we talk about this all the time, how at one point, yes, it was white people hanging black people, you know, killing them and stuff. Now, who's doing the killing? Black people. It's more, I feel it's more black on black crime than it is white on black crime. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. Post-traumatic slavery disorder. Minds are just messed up. Minds is messed up. You know? And you just go and try to share that psychosis and that madness with other people. Just because they have a different, just because they are living at peace with their life and they happy. And it don't even matter. I feel like it don't even have nothing to do with, oh, me being interested in interracial dating. I think it's anything. Just the fact that I'm out here living my life and I'm happy. People don't want to see other black people happy. So y'all don't even think it's so much about that. People are just miserable. And they want to make, like, pull you down into their misery because they miserable. Don't want to see the next person happy, right? So you just want to pull the next person down into your misery and your sadness. And I get it. It's one thing to express your opinion on a topic. It's another thing, if y'all see some of those comments, to share misery. And that's all that is. Like, people are miserable. So what I do, I realize that it's just that person's opinion. A lot of times they're not even thinking logically. They're not making any sense. I understand what you're saying, but the truth is, how do you trust a person, a people that has parted off our suffering? We have been deliberately disenfranchised. They build off our pain. True, they may be good white people out there, just like there may be good rattlesnakes, but I'm not going to see what the rattlesnakes to find out. I feel you, sis. I have the same pains. It's easier for me to date white women, but that's what they want. That's my thing. It's like, everybody, I'm talking about interracial dating, and y'all automatically go to sex. I'm trying to figure out what is the big fascination about that. About laying with another, like, why? I said nothing about laying up with nobody, but y'all just automatically go and start talking about sex. Black people are very sexualized people, like, always talking about sex. Sex this, sex that. You get what I'm saying? Like, everything ain't always about sex. But yes, sex will eventually come down the road, but it's not about sex. Nobody is falling in love or dating a white person for sex. You know, I don't understand. Like, why is it focused on sex? Why is it that you guys talk about sex so much? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you just came in, but I just talked about that, John. I'm about to go inside my house in a minute. But I just talked. Look at the police, y'all. I can't show y'all where I'm at, but it's like I just talked about that. I just talked about the condition, the psychological condition that black people have. Because it's essentially, in psychology, they call it generalization. You know, and it happens when people, they go through trauma, right? I don't know if you guys heard of that experiment that they did with little Albert. But basically, just to make a long experiment short, they had trained this little boy to be afraid of all furry white objects. Now, initially, it was just a rabbit. You get what I'm saying? And I think they administered a shock. It is something negative. So they paired the rabbit with something negative, right? And in that pairing, they learned that the mind has a natural tendency to generalize, to make associations with other things, indiscriminately, like not even something that you consciously are aware of and think about. It's just something that the mind does. And I think it's a protective mechanism that's all automatically built in. So the kid in the study, not only was he afraid of rabbits, he was afraid of all white furry objects, even like a pretty white teddy bear that's harmless. You get what I'm saying? And I bring up that experiment because I feel like that's what happened with slavery. Yes, it was a difficult time, a period in African American history, and nobody is trying to undermine it. It was gross. It still is, because we still part of that system. You get what I'm saying? We still are experiencing the negative effects of that system. And because it was so gruesome, because it was just so life-threatening, and people died, people are still dying. I feel like people have made that unconscious negative association in their minds and have made a generalization to all white people. So they look at the white people back in 1800s and what they did, and they just assume automatically. It's not something that happens consciously, but automatically. And my research is on implicit racial bias, and it's on Black identity development. So this is head on. Thank you guys for being so interested in this topic, because you guys are getting my wheels turning, my wheels spinning about this topic, which is always going, But Black people have the tendency to generalize that and say all white people are like this. And I'm telling you guys, y'all know this. You even just said it in your comment, John. I know all white people, but I know all. Okay, stop right there. If you know all white people are not like that, and some white people are, then why do that to yourself? Why succumb yourself to that kind of pain? That's the work I want to do. Not just research. That's my research focus, but it's also my clinical focus, and working with African Americans, because we got to free ourselves, man. We have to, I ain't saying go out there and be nice. No, you smart. Human beings are very smart, adaptive creatures. So African Americans, the response that we have to slavery is an adaptive response. You get what I'm saying? Nobody wants to take that away. That's just your mind's way of responding naturally. It's a natural self-defense mechanism. So I get it. Nobody's not trying to take that away from any African American. You get what I'm saying? But I've seen also what that can do to the extreme. People are living on the extreme end of that spectrum. So it's not that only it has become a defense mechanism. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's gotten out of control. People are like, really, and especially the media does not help. They're heightening that level of fear. So what happens? Your defenses go up even more. When you're afraid of anything, your defenses are going to go up. The more afraid you are, the higher your defenses will be. So that means you might even want to sit next to white people, out in public. You don't want to date white people. You don't want to have nothing to do with them. Why? Because your defenses are up. Trust me, I get this thing. You get what I'm saying? I get it. Rape victims. Rape, yes, men can be raped, but, traditionally it's a lot of women, who have to go through that. And a lot of women, who are raped are damaged psychologically. Why? Because it's just natural. It's the body's and the mind's natural response to trauma. You get what I'm saying? It's a protective, adaptive mechanism to protect the person from getting raped again. You get what I'm saying? So if you got women walking around with their guard up, you can't even walk behind them or stand behind them looking at you like, what you doing or whatever. Don't touch me. Not to say that everybody that has a defense mechanism up like that has been raped, but I can guarantee you, there's ways that you can definitely tell a person's past by looking at how they respond, how they interact in the present. You get what I'm saying? This is what I study, y'all. This is what I do. And you know, I'm not, like I said, nobody wants to take that defensive mechanism away from anybody, but I just want to get you guys to look at it from a different perspective. If it'll help free some of y'all, because some black people really do, just like white people, live in fear. So the fear that white people, I don't want to end this video, but I feel like I have to say this. The fear that white people have had within themselves towards black people, which is the reason why you have a lot of white police officers just pulling the trigger, it's out of fear. That same fear, like I say, energy is neither lost or destroyed. It's transferred. That same fear is being transferred to black people now. Black people now have that same fear. And you wonder why there is this thing called black extremism. You know, they're looking at some black people as terrorists. Like, okay, because I guess maybe they can see how it could evolve into something like that. And of course, you know, we have these organizations that are here to protect our countries, the FBI or whatever. They are always 2 steps ahead. So maybe, yeah, they're pretty hyper vigilant. Because I'm thinking like, no, I don't see anybody, you know, as it currently stands, that any African American or black person is a black extremist, right? But if things continue to go the way they go, I can definitely see, you know, how it can be considered a threat to white people. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with staying with your own race. But my point is, nothing wrong with stepping outside your race either. It's not hurting nobody. It's not going to kill anybody. It's not, we're not in an army, you know what I'm saying, where literally it's about, oh, black people versus white people. Like, come on. To me, that's very narrow-minded thinking. And I just want to free some people. Like, I'm not going to live in that bondage. It kind of disturbs me a little bit that people still think like that. But I can't be in that kind of bondage. You know, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to be free. And that's just it. So thank you guys for tuning in. And I love all of you guys. My religion is love. And what the fuck? People are just so, y'all. So, just fake. You got a situation where you and your ex still live in the same neighborhood. Because he moved a couple blocks down. Just rolled by. But anyway, I just find that very interesting. And I guess he probably did that. What is that? He watches my videos. But that's my cue to go ahead and end this. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Alright, bye.